Alright, we're on Chetwood, and we have Brumby here playing as Haradwaith on the upper left-hand side, and Anterias playing as Rivendell on the bottom right. Let's see what happens. I was indeed told this is a good game. It is one of the Spooktacular Cup 3 semifinal games that I just did not end up casting yet. So let's see how it is. Okay, pretty good. Haradwaith's kind of ahead on the production side, but not falling too far behind is Rivendell. Okay, so we're doing a Mahood start here. Interesting. We normally see the tribal start significantly, and we can tell right now Anterias has popped Wisdom of the Eldar on Haradwaith's base. Let's see if he got the right positioning. He did. So he sees what kind of start that Brumby is going for, and this means that Anterias is going to have to plan for a Dunedain push, which is expensive. And we're going to see how this kind of plays out for him, rather, knowing the position that he is now in. But I wonder if Brumby is going to change the strat or just adapt it very fast and add in a Herondor outpost for the tribal pikes. Rivendell does not have the money yet for an Outrider, but it will be discounted again with the Orchard here. And now it's only going to cost $552. Still quite expensive, but it's less, and previously it was $585. Again, this is a big investment here for Rivendell, but they have to do it against a Mahood opener of Haradwaith, or Mahood would just tear apart their early game hobbits extremely fast. Let's continue to see what Haradwaith's doing. Yeah, they are adding the Herondor outpost very fast here. Good on Brumby. He does not want to be exploited by the lack of pikes from the Mahood gathering at this time. Alright, let's take a look here at that damage. Yeah, Mahood, excellent for structure harass, excellent against certain early game factions like Rivendell notably. And now we see the Outriders have hit the field, but Anterias is going to lose that Orchard. And again, he's really risking it all here. Brumby happens to drop Tri-Spell on the Orchard. He's not going to manage to take out. And the Outriders are trying to go in for the trample, but the defensive stance play here by Brumby, allowing for the additional 20% armor, I believe, on a swordsman unit, is going to allow them to live. Now he's pairing the next Mahood unit here, I would say, with Tribal Pike to prevent the loss of that initial investment. But now we do see Tukbar archers here. So not Tukbar, but Tuk archers for the defense, just to help counter off any pressure. But Anterias, being pretty smart, is expanding off to the left-hand side additionally, because he knows the Mahood aren't going to focus. But now he's going to lose his battalion real quick, and I think he doesn't really care about that battalion, but he's using it as a distraction. Brumby now keeping a tribal pike in his base to defend indefinitely against the Dunedain Outrider harass. And Rangers of the North have hit the field as well for Anterias right now. Very nice. Okay, he's basically taking a lot of time away here. But as you can see, it looks like the Wisdom of the Eldar buff actually had applied onto the Outriders. So he did that just for the opportunity to harass. Very good optimization there by Anterias. And he's trying to shoot down the Mahood with the Rangers of the North and let the Bounders, I imagine, take care of the tribal pikes. Let's take a look back here. Brumby is going to lose this bizarre, excellent play there by Anterias with the Wisdom of the Eldar speed bump. And we happen to see Brumby also going in for the Warglare on his side. So he's sort of slowing down, but he isn't at the same time. We're going to see another tribal pike pairing with the Mahood. Excellent. And yeah, Anterias is comfortably rebuilding from where he's lost. But again, Very smart move here, kind of expanding out towards the left. Most players do not hit these pockets on Jetwood. Ooh, is he going to lose these Rangers of the North with the Mahood? Ooh, okay, so Brumby does not go back and try to kill the Rangers of the North. Kind of interesting. I thought immediately if I was Haradwaith here, I would have gone back to sit on the Rangers of the North. Indefinitely there. But again, great value once more from the Dunedain Outriders here. He's able to continuously harass because he's keeping Haradwaith occupied on different fronts. But 2 Bounder battalions are going to manage the tribals here. Ooh, very nice. Dunedain in swords. You really don't see that every day, but the Dunedain are level 2 and they have the 15% armor passive for hobbits. With the protectors of the small folk, these Outriders are level 2, and they also have the ability to be invisible at this point. Again, Brumby going in for the very tight harass. Good clump there. Let's just take a look. Excellent. And let's see what's happening back in Haradwaith's base on the other hand. Okay, he's keeping 1 battalion of Rangers in the back at range, but we have Mahood Headhunters coming in here from Brumby, which is a whole nother conversation. And the Mahood Warriors banging down on the Rangers of the North. Another dry spell has just been dropped here on the Rivendell farm. That's one of the main farms that's going to hurt. It's almost level 2 especially. So yeah, Rivendell has to back out fully at this point, but the Bounders have taken care of the tribals as I said they would. And now we see Anterias creeping here. Going back in for the harass of the Outriders. Very nice. Ooh, we have Harondor Raiders on the field now for Brumby. That's going to be quite big. What's going to happen now is that Rivendell has to be quite careful with their harass groups and keep pikes nearby. And as you can see, he converted the Dunedain Rangers straight to pikes. But he has also picked up Gildor for the Bounder support, and we are additionally seeing either Many Meetings or Breath of Manwë picked up here by Anterias soon. Let's just take a look though. Haradwaith is behind actually because they haven't been doing as well, I would say, on the harass and or trade front because the Mahood start was countered rather well by the cavalry. But they are 3 points behind, and Many Meetings, very excellent value here by Anterias. Dropping it right there on the cavalry drive-by with the pike, knowing the pikes are in there. Mr. Lucky Sparrow, Heesh, how you boys doing? Okay, again, we're going to see Gildor going off over here. I imagine to probably try and level a little bit off of those units. We see the Outriders heading back down the center indeed. And again, excellent value on Many Meetings. Look at this. We're seeing the Many Meetings summon be responsible for eliminating the Mahood Gathering as an option. Very, very nice. Excellent value. That power is very underrated in my opinion. We see great value out of it sometimes, but it really depends how the person's using it. It's not like always a very W key power, but it can be quite good. Again, excellent harass value from the Dunedain Outriders here on Anterias' part. Consistently going in and out on Haradwaith's bazaars. And now we see Gildor backing on out. Do we have Bounders lined up? We see a one-took archer and nothing from that. Okay. Ooh, okay. Anterias picks up Halberad. Very nice, though. He's going to get the Must of the Dunedain for the recruitment buff on the Gathering. Brumby versus Anterias.
We Dunedain will fight for you.
Yep, this is a Brumby versus Anterias game. Alright, again, Anterias has a very good cav control right now overall. Travel's coming in down the center, but itching off to the left, and maybe we're going to see Anterias lose this orchard that has been very safe. But I believe we're going to see him lose this orchard before he saves anything. Maybe, maybe not, but the Outriders are now in play as well from the Must of the Dunedain from the Gathering. Ooh, but we see Fourth Man of Darkness dropped over here from Brumby indeed. Okay, very cool. So maybe he's gonna take out this orchard. Maybe he's gonna try and take out the gathering. I'm not sure. I could see either way, but maybe Halbrad and Gildor are going to go counter that. Again, excellent outrider value. Yeah, looks like the heroes are countering the Pike Summon rather comfortably with the Hobbit support. Very nice. So Anterias has saved himself there. But again, look at how he's expanding. On the sides, not in the center. Very nice. 625 CP for Rivendell versus 700 of Haradwave. Now this is usually a very difficult matchup for Rivendell because of the early game shenanigans such as Mahood's start and just how the Haradwave plays will nullify Rivendell's position at different moments. But again, I really like what Anterias is doing, the quick diversity of the Rivendell forces. He's making sure to save some battalions, but again, Suladan now with a Harander Raider Harass. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I would say, for Anterias to counter than just the standard tribal
Raiders,
and Mahood. But we're going to see what happens with Suladan here, assuming Suladan is still present. He is, and the Rangers are pushing them back. Okay. Even though that was like a broken battalion, it's still got some decent work in there. Now, Anterias is kind of chilling at this point, but he has the Arthedain Sentinels from the inn, an excellent sword unit. Very cool. Makes up for the early game sword weakness of Rivendell. And again, he's harassing with the Dunedain Pikes. Excellent. Halbrad and melee as well. Gildor flanking over here. Ooh, yikes. How did he not lose him? That's crazy. He went right into Pikes. Oh, man. Brumby got so lucky not losing Suladan there. That's crazy. But again, Anterias is heading on the left-hand and northern side of Chatwood here with his harass groups. And Harander Raiders running around terrorizing the Rivendell economy. He has 2 battalions at this time. And Suladan's leadership is 15% armor and minus 15% trample deceleration. That's actually equivalent to Faramir's knight leadership from Minas Tirith Knights, for those that don't know. Nice dry spell drop here by Brumby. Very cool. And see how Rule is coming out. Oh, yeah. Okay, very cool. I love the Suladan and Harander Raider gameplay. It's one of my favorite parts I see people get done with Haradwave. Again, now we're seeing Brumby pull out these scorpions here. So I would like to know how he's going to use them. Is he going to use them on the heroes? Let's take a look at that stinger. But we see Suladan in trouble. He almost died due to the pikes here. Hit 3 different battalions, 1 level 3 and both level 1 over there. But yeah, Gildor under poison from the scorpion. And we right now are seeing CR will be pushed back by the Rangers of the North. But look at that. Haradwave's kind of boxed in right now by Rivendell. Anterias is playing this extremely well. He's got pike units for harass so that the Harander Raiders cannot get much value trying to defend the economy. Excellent stuff there. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. Halbrad Gildor back in Rivendell's base just about. We do have a forward encampment there from Anterias. Good decision. He's probably going to get some battering rams, I imagine. He's going to lose that Breland Townsguard battalion for sure. Rivendell is having a very good moment here, though, in the game between the Rangers of the North and a Hobbit synergy. Let's see what's happening here. Suladan is harassing Rivendell on the northern right-hand side. But again, excellent many meetings value we're about to see here. Look at this opportunity. He keeps getting a very convenient Minas Tirith sword and Erebor Pike summon. Excellent structure damage from that. Great value here that Anterias keeps getting with the summon. I'm telling everyone, very underused for the tier 2 on the faction level. And Unrelenting Sun's coming in now from Haradwave. But if we take a look here, Anterias has 15 points in the bank even after spending 5 to divert for the heal at some point. And now Suladan has to back out. But he could go for Blessing of Ulmo or Hall of Fire since he went this way with many meetings. Maybe he's going to do Remnant of the Old Kingdom. I'm not sure. Maybe. No, he can't do Remnant of the Old Kingdom. That's from Horn. But he goes Hall of Fire. Okay, very nice. Now he's going to have the Hall of Fire summoned for the fire damage AoE and the statue buff with the replenishment. Excellent. Let's look at this damage it's going to have on CR rule. Okay, looks like he's actually skipping. Interesting. But that's Halberad's Perseverance right now, which is 30% armor, 50% resistance to knockback for 30 seconds. Excellent stuff right there. You don't see great value consistently enough, but excellent. Alright, let's check this out. Suladan is going to go down, I believe. But again, Anterias plays a very filthy Rivendell, I will say. I like what he does with the faction. He played it exactly how he should have. Not too much Dunedain Outrider investment in the early game, but just enough to get past Mahood, and then he switches to base Hobbits with Rangers of the North support. Again, we see the Elrond library now. He does have the Ley Letheon, and he's going for the Grey Company. So it looks like he's really pushing for the closer here. He's getting in a very comfortable state. He's got Halberad, Gildor, Grey Company, Hall of Fire. He's going to have quite the field advantage, but the Fourth Man Darkness summon was used right over here, and that countered the Rangers of the North Battalion that was trying to run back. I don't believe, yeah, Halberad is still okay. He's level 7. He's chilling. Let's see what's happening there. Okay, just trying to counter the summon still. Tribal Axeman, though, going towards the orchard. This orchard being hidden over here on the left-hand side, the pocket of Chetwood, I would say, is level 3 now. So he's not going to have the easiest time harassing it because it has a sentry tower to it. But again, Rivendell going back in for the blow here. And Grey Company in melee are excellent for structure harass, and then just overall excellent for managing heroes even. Because they can just switch back and forth between melee and range. They have the default revenge damage as well. So cavalry are not going to have a clean sweep on Rangers of the North if they sit together. Look at that. Karan Lambar's out on the field, but let's just see how Karan Lambar does here. Suladan, Severing Strike has gone off at this time. Okay, Rivendell is backing out entirely, so maybe Brumby is getting some relief here. Gildor has just arrived back on the field. I would like to see some Noldor transition with maybe even a Forge from Anterias. When is the next matchup on the tourney? The finals are being worked out right now for scheduled date. Okay, so Crown Lambar is chilling. He's going back. Looks like Brumby's in a very tight position here because of how Rivendell's played this, but they don't have a very clear counter to the Grey Company at this time either. I think they may need just to get the Guards of the Serpent on the field, to be honest with you, to have a clear counter. But we do see a caravan coming in over here for Haradway. Ooh, and Anterias goes for Aragorn. So remember, at level 3 of the Grey Company buff Aragorn, Halbrand, and the Sons of Elrond by 25% damage. We happen to have just heard Suladan dying here. Hey PW, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Alright, again, Anterias has Brumby on the back foot, but Gildor's gonna die. Gildor's overextended. Although Karan Lambar is going to go down. Okay, very nice execution there. Good trade, I would say, for Anterias. But he's going to also get CR roll. Let's look at that. Okay, very nice.
Not here. Not now.
Okay, again, Rivendell comfortably putting themselves in a good position here. Let's take a look, though. 1,000 CP for Rivendell versus 700 for Haradway. But Harad has 13 in the bank, whereas Rivendell only having 9, leading up to their tier 4. And what's happening here? We see Dunedain Outriders with Bounders. Okay.
At your service.
Harassment Raiders trying to trample the Bounders as well. Now we do see Anterias trying to push down on this level 2 outpost. Now, one thing that Rivendell players do not tend to use a lot of right now at all because of the micro intensity, I would say, are the Revelers. Even though they are great siege units, they are something that could, you know, be very valuable if you have the right micro, but they take a lot of your opportunity away from, you know, the baseline engagements because you have to constantly micro them correctly. Around the Raiders, and the Pikes happen to snag the Outriders, and now Harad's trying to push down that forward encampment. Rangers of the north consistently hitting the Harassment spears, but the Grey Company is buffing Aragorn indeed with that 25% damage pump. Very nice. And many meetings value again. Phenomenal stuff. Pathstalkers this time mixed with the Arable Pikes. Very nice. Let's just take a look at that structure damage. Very cool. He's going to do a good job in taking that one out. And now Brumby going in for the defensive element with towers on Harad's fortress. What's happening here? We see Harad continuing to harass the orchards. Harassment Raider Battalion and the Tribal Pike Battalion harassing on the other side. And now Aragorn and Halbrand are really trying to help push down some of the Haradwade structures in the base. But I'd like to know, where exactly is Aragorn? Did he leave? Yeah, Aragorn left. He dipped down here. Okay. Summons are free. Don't forget. He's not losing anything by leaving these bellows here. Now, again, I would like to see Anterias maybe consider Revelers at this point, but I can also understand why he doesn't. And Gildor is back at this time. Gildor has level 5, so he has his Pike summon. That's going to be very nice if Sul'daan tries to play around. Ooh, is he going to try chasing down Aragorn?
Together now.
Ooh. I would love to honestly see battering rams coming out from this forward encampment, if I'm being honest. Just because it's so close, he could probably just get some good battering ram value. Now, 21 points in the bank here for Rivendell, but we see 20 for Haradwade. Ooh, fourth Man in Darkness summon dropped right here. Okay. What's debuffing them, though? Is it the Grey Company passive? Where are the Grey Company? Oh, right here. Okay. Yep, so it has to be the Grey Company passive. Yep, 10% armor and damage. Okay. See what's happening here. Sul'daan, Harassment Raiders continuing to harass. 22 points in the bank, though, for Haradwade versus 22 here for Rivendell. Now, Rivendell is going to have the option of, I believe it's Flood on the right-hand side because of Hall of Fire, but what we're seeing with Haradwade is that they have the option of Burning Sands or Black Matriarch. And I would say Brumby is going to do Black Matriarch if he gets there. And I really think he's trying to hold out for that. So we're going to keep an eye on Sul'daan and the Harassment Raiders, but keep an eye on this as well. He has lands retaken for a structure armor debuff. So I want to know if he ends up comboing this with the Black Matriarch and Rivendell ends up losing somehow when they have had a very strong lead. And it looks like we have Outriders following the Raiders. Makari are on the field here. Ooh. He uses Flood on the Haradwade Fortress. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. Solid damage here, actually. For those that don't know, the Rivendell Flood actually deals damage to the structures the most that are wider like this, rather than a structure like the Lothlorien Fortress. But Anterias clearly executes the fortress like that. So that's an excellent play by him, finishing off the standard base units. Excellent stuff right there. As Haraway picks up their 25-pointer. Excellent game by both players.